towards you, you're also right in position to rotate her out in this position versus hand, same. You never want to, when I'm working with her, I don't compress. It's more here where I'm engaged with the hand. Sorry, sweetheart. Let go just to show Daddy.
Which is definitely something for me to learn.
What?
Definitely something for me to learn because I'm always in the same parallel.
Well, if you compress, this is where I'm really trying to focus my next kind of writing. If you compress and then you cancel out the action.
No, I don't compress. I'm one side then the other.
Right, but I'm just saying when that's going through the system like that, I'm not saying with a full-on hold, but I find that it cancels out the movement, but it also cancels out that natural counterbalance. So when you're holding same, they get confused. Do I walk with my right foot or my left foot? Which way do I go with? Whereas, okay, up a little bit, sweetheart. Sorry, I'm talking instead of holding you. Where's your left foot down? I need both feet. There you go. So if I'm here, I can start working on what movements I want to work on. If it's strolling, I'm still available for her to cruise and do that. Now, what I'd like to see too, though, is her hip x-rays eventually, just to see if it's more perpendicular or if there's a little bit of an angle in there that, again, just need for us to counter it versus it being, I'm not saying that there's a structural issue within the hips. I'm just talking about more for movement.
Okay.
Sure. But she's at a point now, if you've noticed, she really does not have the head momentum that she had on Monday.
I have.
She's much more stable that way. So anything we can do now to work on that. So I think the head's much more stable with her vision. Again, I wasn't concerned that it was her vision, but still, she was doing so much more like this. Now the eyes are like this, so she's steady here. Now the next step is, and I think to travel it down now, that her body can organize that. Because like I said, I think she's more right-hand dominant.
Interesting, because she's always been left-hand dominant.
But I'm saying, I think she's doing it, if I let go, to stabilize the back.
Okay.
So she's got to brace it instead of, but if I bring her up, she'll immediately go to right hand.
Okay.
See?
So with the accomplishment we've done with vision and her balance and awareness and keeping herself in a gyroscopic equilibrium, if you will.
Right.
How do we as parents help facilitate that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. To offer her where she's, so even when she's coming up now, so here, let me get you up on the table and give you a little bit of a break for a second here, sweetheart. Hold on, you can't just lose your feet. I would talk to her feet sort of like you've been doing so much for language, like you do with the arm as well, that she, you can't just not stand anymore. You know what I mean, dude? And so, where's the other foot? Again, I rotate up, bring her up. One thing that is nice about jeans, because of it, she's not going to W sit as much. So even if I'm just offering a little bit here, it's no longer a W sit.
Okay.
So if I come here, so see how much more now the head is stable? So at this point, allow her to, again, get more stable. See, I think this is more her preferred position. Left hand down,
okay.
The right hand can do what it needs to do.
All right.
And, but when you're doing that, again, not with any kind of hold or compression, I'm always countering. So she's just getting all those finite movements. Her back is a lot more limber now. See how you can go along with it and come in? So when she goes to sit down, it can come more here. So the one thing, too, even like this, notice how she just didn't propel herself. She's not, last 2 days I haven't seen so much that big frog hump. You know what I mean? She actually can get up, adjust, and come back down a lot more easily. So the biggest thing that you can do to help her is basically make that the momentum is not as big.
Okay.
When the momentum starts getting out of control, just like it does in crying or whatever, when the momentum goes beyond the point of reason, you know what I mean? And that's what you want to do. So what we did with the vision, again, not that there was anything wrong with her vision, but before, I really think she was doing, instead of looking up like this, which she's now doing much better to do this, she was doing this.
Yeah.
So if she wanted to look up at you, you know what I mean?
It was the whole cranium.
But you're not seeing this. This is now nice and stable. If we can start getting, but if she already did that in 5 days, start getting it down more and more here, where again the back can get much more of these fine little movements. The more fine movements you have, the less big movements you have to do.
Okay. Thank you.
And here, if you want to start working with, again, with that squat or going up, this is the movement that needs to be initiated to bring that foot up into standing. You know what I mean? It's just synchronizing it out.
Okay. So. And you care with me sharing this with Andrew?
Oh, I don't care. Yeah.
Thank you.
If sharing with Andrew, basically, and I can give him, you can share, you know, the papers too, you can share with him as well. But basically like this, with if I just take a glass of water, no matter how I move it, the water will counter. That's what should be happening in her equilibrium. Okay. Instead of constantly doing stuff, she's counter opposing. So anything we can offer her that she starts getting a more, quote, natural equilibrium, and then we can compound that movement. So again, that's why again with the pool stuff. So if she goes out like this with the pool, when for her to do that, that means her foot's definitely countering out. That's going through her body. That's the significance of the pool. Not that she's suddenly doing this,
right?
But it's the whole act, how its movement's going through the body. So those kind of things to continue would be awesome. And also, like I said, too, as she's transitioning, I know you're looking more for squat to getting up. I probably would start off more successfully, where let's say she's sitting on my knee, she stands up a little bit and sits back on my other knee. So she's learning to sit and transfer, sit and transfer, which would be from here to the potty, or that kind of thing, from the bed to the chair, whatever, you know what I mean? But instead of bringing her from the floor all the way up, that she has to deal with vision, hands, gravity, and all of this, balance. I would maybe reverse it. Go from the chair, maybe from this chair, and then to the same chair a little bit lower. Or from your lap to Anna's, because you know what I mean? Or something like that, where she's kind of adjusting to different floors to her bottom, and then, you know.
Okay.
So, but make sure she is not this way, but that the feet, you know what I mean? And she's doing this. And if that's all she's doing is going down like this. But if she can organize her back end, I think you'd be much more successful than bringing her completely off the floor.
No, I like it.
And it would save your back.
Oh, yeah. I'm fixable.
No, I know. They fix everything pretty well except for eyes. Except for the eyes. Always wear your sunglasses.
Especially with that one.